Hi, it's Recovery Mom. Somebody in my comments asked me a question. I don't think you can respond to comments with video like you can on TikTok. So I'm just gonna have to kind of paraphrase what they were asking, if I can. I hope I can paraphrase what they were asking. It was pretty long. And then go from there. So they were saying, hey, I've been in that, kind of 6% quote unquote underweight category of my eating disorder most of my life. I've had one forever, decades. And now I kind of go back and forth into atypical anorexia. My team wants me to have a higher level of care, but how do I go into treatment in that atypical anorexia? Because everybody's going to think I'm fat, right? And there's like this panic about not being the skinny one, the small one in treatment, and it's preventing them from wanting to go. On top of that, they're like, look, also, if I'm already atypical, how am I going to accept a bigger body at this point? Like, how? Oh my God, I'm so tired again today. Guys, I'm so tired. Anyhow, enough about that. I'm about to go to work. There's a lot going on here. Let's kind of tackle it one at a time. First of all, you say atypical as if that makes you at a set point or in a larger body. Atypical anorexia is just a BMI point. And we all know that that BMI point is not a good indicator of when we're healed, better at our set point, at a healthy weight range, because it is not. For me, I had to hit the overweight category of the BMI to be in a healthy body at my set point. And so if you're looking at that atypical anorexia kind of weight range and thinking that that makes you in a larger body or a body that should be recovered in any way, that simply isn't the case, because we all know that eating disorder centers are often just mills. They take you in, they send you out at 18, and nobody's ever recovered at BMI 18. Okay, well, I'm sure there's like, every time I say everybody, I always get a few people that are like, I'm fully recovered and I'm BMI 18. Okay, well, wonderful for you. I'm going to take your word on that. Most of us, the majority of us, are not recovered at BMI 18, and that is just the fact of it. We have to stop looking at BMIs. We have to stop seeing atypical anorexia as something different than anorexia. You have anorexia, no matter what size your body is. Your team is looking at you and your recovery and your body through clear eyes. You are looking at all of that through the eyes, through the lens of your eating disorder. And we know that you cannot possibly see yourself clearly when you have anorexia, when you have an eating disorder. We have functional MRIs to tell us that. We have, endocrinologists have done hormonal studies and neurotransmitter studies to show us that our brains are simply not the same and cannot be trusted. So you have to stop trying to trust your own brain. You do require treatment and recovery from this eating disorder because you are not there yet. Whether you go into treatment or not, I can't answer that question, but I will say that you are worthy of it and your body is worthy of it and you need it. Because also in the latter part of your question, you talk about how am I going to accept a bigger body? That is a whole nother question. And a lot of people think, hey, if I put the weight on, right? If I just get my BMI up high enough, I'm going to feel perfectly fine. And yes, if you actually make it to your set point, which is extremely hard if you don't do some work around your body size, if you don't do some active work around accepting your body size, it is so hard to get to your set point because every time you gain a little bit, you are freaking the fuck out. So you have got to do some work around your body size so that you can let it get to your set point. And what that work entails is, if you don't accept your body size at that BMI, whatever, 18, 19, 20, whatever it is, if you're not accepting your body size now, you do not accept anybody in this world's body size at that size. Let's be fucking real. Let's be real. Let's talk about it. Like, people always say, oh, recovery mom, I don't accept my body at this size, but anybody else is okay. I love my friend at that body size, but I could never be that body size. It's not okay for me. Well, that is an excuse. That's a fallacy. If you're not accepting your own body, you're sending them the unconscious subliminal message that you do not accept them. That is facts. Those are facts. Start doing some work around that. Okay? You have to start doing some mental work around that. If you're saying my body's bad, their body's bad too. And I know you don't think their body's bad. Therefore, your body isn't bad also. You need to start consciously thinking about that. Every time you think that your body is bad, I want you to start thinking of some human beings in your life that you love and adore that have bodies similar or larger to you. If you accept them, you accept you. That's it. Okay? Also, you need to start doing some work around what comes with that bigger body. Why are you recovering? If you've been trying to recover this long, there are reasons why. Why are you recovering? Is it for a better life? Is it for bones? Is it for your children? It doesn't have to inherently be for you right now. You can recover for your kids. You can recover for your husband. You can gain weight for all of those other external reasons that are not internal to you right now. Because what's going to happen is when you do get to full recovery and you do start seeing that wonderful life that comes with it, it will be easier to accept for internal you type reasons. But right now, think about it. Is it because you want your hair to grow? You're sick of being cold. You want to share food with friends. You don't want to be afraid of restaurants. What are those reasons? Then make a list of what that little body is giving you. It's giving you a socially acceptable body, right? It's giving you a body that you like get a hit of dopamine when you see, or when you post something on Instagram, you might feel good about yourself for a moment, right? That's about it. That's about all. Okay? So every time you decide your body is bad as it grows, don't just take that as face value. Don't just be like, oh my God, I can't recover because my body size is big. Stop. Have the conversation. Have the conversation around, what would you tell a friend of yours if they were saying the same thing? What would you tell your sister, your mother, your friend, your brother, whoever that's in a bigger body size than you? And then apply that to yourself. And then make that list of what that bigger body brings you and go through it every single time. I had to go through that list 50 times a day. I would wake up in the morning. I would see a big body part. I would see a double chin. And then I'd be like, oh my God, I'm not going to eat the rest of the day. I can't have a bigger body like that. Look at my double chin. And then I'd have to be like, well, my mom has a double chin. Like, if I don't accept my double chin, how are they going to? What if my kids grow up and have a bigger body and a double chin? What am I teaching them if I restrict actively because I have one? I don't want them to live that way, so I can't live that way. If I restrict and lose my double chin, what's going to happen? Well, my hair's going to fall out. My nails aren't going to grow. I'm not going to be able to enjoy pizza. I'm not going to be able to go to Starbucks with my kids. I'm going to start throwing fucking food out the window again like I used to when they weren't looking. I'm going to start lying to my family. I'm not going to be able to enjoy restaurants. I won't be able to go out with my friends. Like, so many things are going to happen if I actively try to reduce my chin. What's going to happen for me if I just accept my chin and go about my day and keep eating my meals and snacks? If my chin grows, my kids are not going to be afraid I'm going to die anymore, right? I'm going to be able to have conversations with my husband again. I get to go to restaurants. I'm not going to be a bitch to be around. My hair's going to grow. My nails are going to grow. So many wonderful things are going to come with that chin. After I have that conversation in the morning when I look in the mirror, inevitably, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to walk by a reflection, and I'm going to see that my thigh gap is gone. And then I'm going to go, oh my God, my thigh gap is gone. That's it. I'm not going to eat my next snack. I'm not going to eat lunch. I'm going to go to the gym after work. My thigh gap is gone. I can't let that happen. I'm too big, blah, 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 blah. My eating disorder saying all of that. I'm not going to let that live in my head. You have to fight those thoughts. Then you're going to be like, okay, but if I actively fight against my thigh gap, what is that teaching my kids? What is that telling to anybody in my life that doesn't have a thigh gap? That's telling them they are bad human beings. I don't want to send them that message. Also, what gifts come with a bigger legs? What do I have to live with smaller legs? Run through the entire list again. And when I tell you my entire days were swallowed up by thinking of those thoughts and going through those lists, they were for a long time. Oh, there's some cute little deers over there. But eventually, guess what happens? That list will come automatically. I will look in a reflection and I will see my thigh gap. And this took a lot of work. It took months. And eventually I would see my thigh gap and I'd think, oh my God, my thigh gap is gone. I should restrict. And then my brain would immediately go, oh my God, but if you restrict, you know what's going to happen. You're not going to be able to have pizza. And my brain is going to go through all of the shit that's going to happen if I start restricting. Your brain is going to start doing that automatically because our brain is a muscle and we teach it how to respond to situations. We teach it how to think. You have to actively reteach it the opposite of what you've taught it from your eating disorder. And you can do that, right? These body challenges are huge, but we can do it, okay? So I hope this made sense. God damn, this was long. My friend's here. I have to go into work now. I always wait for her and walk in with her. So I got us Starbucks today, and I got us a couple breads, pumpkin bread and banana bread. I got an oat milk coffee. She likes a mocha frappe, so work day is beginning.